Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are talking empties because this bag is full. Diving in right off the top, I have a shower gel by Zoella Beauty. This is the Soak Opera. I love that name. I think it's adorable. It's their bath and shower cream. I only ever really, I think, use this as a shower gel, put it on a poof and then lather up, because I never really fell in love with the scent of it. It's a perfectly fine product. It lathers well, it soaps up, but the scent is just really old lady-like for me. Yeah, it's like very, almost musty. I mean musty. It's an almost musty scented product that it's very potpourri-like. Wasn't a huge fan of this one. Next up are some Dead Sea Salts by Live Clean. This is part of their spa therapy range, and I love these. I didn't get a lot of uses out of this because I really like putting a lot of Epsom salts in my bath if I'm going to be using a product like that. So I think I went through this in maybe 3 or 4 uses, something like that. But the scent is so lovely. It's actually very bitey. It's very lemon lime flavored, and there's a kick to it, which makes it really invigorating. So yeah, I have a few more products by them in this range. I have the foaming bath, and I think there was something else, but I really like this range of products by Live Clean. I have another bath product here. You can tell that I take a lot of baths throughout the winter. This is the Body Shop's Frosted Berries Foaming Bath. This is not a shower gel, or at least I never used it like that because it's only billed as a foaming bath. And this one was okay. I wasn't ever really super impressed with the scent. I thought it would be similar to the cranberries one, but it's not. It's more of a juicy berry scent, almost like a Swedish berry kind of product. So this was okay, but not something I would necessarily purchase again. I have my favorite makeup remover here. This is the Marcelle Gentle Makeup Remover for Sensitive Eyes. Love this stuff so much. This is the best makeup remover in the world. Really, in the world. I've gone through more tubes of this than I could ever tell you. This is the #1 product that I have gone through in my life. I love it. Have a face wash here by Boscia. This is their detoxifying black cleanser. This came in a set, so they are smaller sized. I love this one so much. It's a heating face wash. So it comes out black/purplish in your hand, and as you rub it into your face, it warms up and emulsifies, and it is glorious to use in the mornings if you're hopping in the shower and you're a little bit cold and you just need that heat on your body, especially in the winter. Adding this onto your face is wonderful. Absolutely love this product. Next up is a makeup remover by Dermablend. This is their long wear makeup remover. I did not love this. I love their foundation. That Smooth Liquid Camo is the best foundation I've discovered so far this year. But this one is kind of like, I don't get it. It's a huge tube. Like, this thing is big. It's almost the size of my head, but you have to squeeze a lot out to get it working on your skin. And I never felt like it removed nearly as much as I thought it should. So I had to use this in conjunction with other makeup removers. So for me, this just wasn't a good product. I have a face mask here. This is by Therapeutics. It's their refreshing green tea mask. It says soothing, revitalizing, hydrating, and it's an essential mask. I really did enjoy this. I think I got this from my brother-in-law in a 5-pack, so I think I have 4 more of these. It worked really nice. I had hydrated skin afterwards. It felt purifying. I don't think it even says that on it. No, it doesn't. It just made my skin feel comfortable afterwards, so I liked it. I have some Bioderma here. I'm always running through this. This is their Sebium H2O one. I don't love the Sebium one as much as I like the Hydra Bio or even the regular pink capped one. But that being said, the Micelle Solution by Bioderma is my favorite product by them. So even though this wasn't my favorite particular one, it's still a really, really good product. And I have the other ones like on my counter in my bathroom right now. I've got a few pairs of lashes here. This first one is the House of Lashes Au Naturale pair. I really liked these. They are the kind of eyelashes you can put on but not look like you've got too much going on. Like, I wear bigger lashes for camera because I like the effect, but for a day-to-day look, if I'm just going out with friends, I don't necessarily want something that's like vavoom on my lashes. So I thought that this was a really good pair to use because it looked natural. I got a lot of uses out of this, maybe 20 to 25, and that's really good considering that these are just basically plastic lashes. They don't retail for that expensive. I think they might be $7 US. Great quality. Another pair of lashes here by Femme Fatale. This is their She Devil lashes, and I never really fell in love with this set. They wear fine, they look fine, but they're a little bit too long, so whenever I wore them, I would have like the lash tickling my eyebrow, and that kind of drove me bonkers. I had cut them down more and more every single time, but I could never get away from it tickling my eyebrows, so I was just kind of like done with it. I have another bath product here. This is by the brand Sabon, which I don't think you can get in Canada anymore. They used to have stores, but I think they're all gone. Now I only get this when I'm in New York City because that's the only place I know of that has several of these stores. This is the body scrub in the scent Lemon Mint, and this is wonderful. It's a huge container. Oh, just smelling it makes me so happy. This is another really invigorating scrub. It's very, I'd say it's more lemon lime scented with a very small hint of mint. It's a weird combination, I think, but I really enjoy it. So this is a Dead Sea salt that is, it has a lot of oil mixed into it, so you have to like combine the two ingredients together when you want to use it on your body. But it's quite abrasive, but not so much so that you feel like you're tearing your skin off. It's just a really good grit for the sea salts. Love this thing, and I've bought many of these over the years. This might be my fifth tub of this. Next up is a moisturizer. This is by Neutrogena. This is their Hydro Boost Gel Cream. I was really skeptical when I got this because I didn't think that, wow, it's definitely very gone. I didn't think that this was going to be suitable for winter skin. Gel creams in general never feel like they're hydrating enough for the winter, so I tend to keep them just for the summer months. Not the case with this one. This one was incredible, and I would absolutely repurchase this again once I get through like my massive cluster of moisturizers. This was incredible, and I can't say that enough because this was truly fantastic. This hydrated like almost nothing else that I own. This really helped to keep my face moisturized throughout the winter, and for such a thin formula, you know when you put something on and it doesn't feel thick and globby? I was really surprised with how much this moisturized. So I can't say enough good things about this. I would absolutely recommend this to anybody who needs hydrated skin in the winter and is quite dry, which is what I tend to be in the winter. I finished up another NYX Micro Brow in Taupe. I'm always going through these. I have another one open on my desk right now. Love this. I have a mascara here that I just never really fell in love with. This is a mini by Smashbox. This is their X-rated mascara. The product just wasn't really for me. I never really fell in love with the brush. I felt it was a little bit too big, and the bristles are kind of like in a spoke formation. So it's like here's some bristles, here's some bristles, here's some bristles. Like it was just a really weird brush for me. So I never really liked this one. So I didn't completely finish it, but I tried it a few times and I'm like, I'm over it. I have some lash glue here by House of Lashes. They make my favorite lash glue. It's the only thing that really stays put on me. I've gone through about 4 or 5 tubes of this, and I do have another one that I'm currently using. And some moisturizer here by Soap & Glory. This is their Hand Food. Did I actually finish this one? No, I didn't. Okay, so I've had this about a year, and I had used about 50% of it and then kind of forgot about it. It's a mini one, so it kind of came in a set as well. So I forgot about it, and then I started using it again, and the contents of the moisturizer had liquefied. And I don't know what causes that, but I was totally grossed out. So I have not finished it because it's gross. When it was fine, it worked really well, and I like the scent. If I haven't mentioned it, this is called Hand Food. I don't know if I would necessarily purchase this again. I don't go through moisturizer, especially for my hands, within a year. So for it to go bad on me within that time frame, it's kind of like not okay in my book, so I would probably not consider buying this one. Unless I knew I could use it up really fast. Have another face mask here. This one is by The Face Shop. This is their mask cream sheet. These face masks, there's so many of them now, but they're always so awkward for me to wear. Does anybody else feel like that? Like, I like the effects that they produce on my skin, but I hate sitting there for 20 minutes with this like goopy thing on my face. It's just, ugh. Anyway, this brightening mask actually, I think, did brighten my skin. I don't notice that a whole lot with most products that claim to be brightening, but I did feel like my face looked a little bit more luminescent after I used this. So yeah, good product. I have another shower gel here. This is by Caprina. This is their Fresh Goat's Milk Body Wash. Love this thing. I think it's so pleasant to use. The scent is very, it's comforting. It's got a very comforting scent to it. It just feels like warm and inviting. It's not a particularly potent scent either. The only thing that really threw me about this thing is that the bottle looks enormous, but there's only 350 mils in this. And compared to a lot of other body washes that seem to have like 500 mils, I was surprised that this thing is so enormous looking, but really just didn't carry that much product in it. Anyway, fantastic product. I did really like using it. I've got a nail polish top coat here. This is by Sèche Vive. They also make Sèche Vite. I love this thing. It's the top coat that I use all the time now. I had no idea what I was missing in a quick dry top coat until I started using this. This has completely changed the nail polish game for me. I used to put nail polish on and it would chip within a day or two. Now I can get away with almost an entire week of nail polish wear with very, very minimal wear, like on the edges of my nails. So I can't say enough good things about this. So I have used up this bottle almost to the end. It's like maybe 20% left, but it's gotten kind of thick and gloppy. I've already opened another bottle and I am currently using that. I've got an eyeshadow base here. This is by Manhattan. You can buy it in Europe. I think I got this in Austria. I used up about 50% of it, but I never really fell in love with it. It doesn't work on its own for me, but I have problematic lids for eyeshadow bases. And I felt like it was a little bit too creamy. So I got 50% of the way through it and I was just like, I'm over it. I'm done. It's not working the way I want it to. Time to throw it in the bin. I have a chapstick here, which is always impressive. This is by Softlips. This is, I think, their Shea Butter scent, which I preferred so much more than the coconut one. The coconut one just did not, I mean, it worked, but I didn't like it nearly as much as this one. This is done right down to the bone. I'm not digging through this. I have enough chapstick in my life where I don't need more. Love the scent on this one, and I think it did work out really nicely for me. It kept my lips hydrated throughout the winter, and that's what I need. I have one of my favorite mascaras here. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Luscious Full Fan Effect Mascara. I love this one so much. It's a very, very wet mascara. It combs through my lashes. It gives me gorgeous volume. My only downside with it though is that it doesn't stay wet as long as I would like it to. I think I got 2 solid months, which is pretty good since you're supposed to replace your mascara every 3 months. But by the second month and a half, it was starting to get not wet enough for me, so I just decided to throw it out. I don't feel like I can ever actually finish a mascara tube. I feel like it's impossible to get through these things, so it's not done, but it's no longer at the consistency where I want to use it. That being said, I will continue to purchase this one. I love it so much. I have a mascara here that I am just pitching because I think it's kind of useless. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara from the Nikkie Tutorials Power of Makeup collaboration. This is the purple mascara, and I don't need a purple mascara in my life. I have had one at one point by Sephora and I liked it, but I won't reach for it nearly enough to justify keeping it, so I just want to get it out of my collection. You can't even buy this in a full size, so it's kind of pointless to talk about. I do like the Better Than Sex formula, but I just don't need a purple mascara. I have an eyeshadow base here by Maybelline. This is their Master Prime Long Lasting Eyeshadow Base. It's a really weird color. I mean, it's surprisingly dark. This is darker than my skin, but somehow it works. It never looks like dark brown on my lids, which I really appreciate. And this does really work well. I wore this in conjunction with another primer, but on occasion where I did wear it by itself, it worked well enough for me. And again, if you're new to my channel, I have to wear 2 eyeshadow primers, so please don't think that all of these eyeshadow primers are just bad. It's just I really struggle with products like this, so I have to double up. So usually when I say I can't wear one alone, it doesn't mean that the product is bad. It will probably work on you, it just doesn't on me. So this product was great and lasted a really long time. However, the packaging is such that I'm convinced that there's a ton of product at the bottom here that I just can't access. I mean, I can see through the sides on towards the top end, but I can't get my brush into that little area to get all the rest of it, so it's time to go. I have a liner here by Gosh. This is their Giant Pro Liner. This thing is enormous. Like, this is a really fat pointed tip that I just don't find myself reaching for. The product itself is wonderful. This is super black, super pigmented, but I don't have the patience for these big fat pens, so I just don't find myself reaching for it. I haven't finished it up, but I haven't used it enough since I've had it to justify keeping it, so it's time to get rid of it. So while I may not like the size of this pen, if you like something that's chubby like this, you will probably like this product for sure, because it does wear well and it looks fantastic. I just don't like the applicator. I have a mascara here by INGLOT. This is the Longfor mascara. I don't like this. I wore it 2 or 3 times and I was like, nope, it's not for me. I think it's too dry of a mascara formula, and the wand is too big for my liking. So I just decided that that was enough and I was gonna throw it out. Makes me sad though, because I do really, really enjoy INGLOT products, so. All right, I have a liner by Too Faced here. This is their sketch marker in the shade Brown, also referred to as Chocolate Chip Honey Dip. I really liked these when I first got them. I gave them a really good review because I like how inky the tip is and I like how pointed it is. However, this is a felt tip and I felt like it collected too much eyeshadow, and that became problematic over time. So while I'm used to like creating a smooth wing with this, which is great, it does do that. Sadly, the tip of this always just stayed way too gunked up. I felt like it collected eyeshadow from my lid over and over and over again, and it just made it so that you never got all of the ink out to the tip after, like, I would say almost like the first week or 2 of use. Over time, I just felt like the felt tip wasn't functional enough for me. And that's why I like brush tips. All right, and my very last product here is a serum by Dr. Roebucks. This is their Reverse Aging Serum. And I used it all the way up to the end. There's not a drop left in this thing. But as with most serums, I don't notice a difference on my skin. I don't notice any change day to day from using one particular serum to another. So I say this continuously about skincare, but I use these in the hopes that it is doing some good for my skin, and years down the line I will still look relatively young and revitalized. But for day-to-day use, I can't tell you that I saw a difference in my skin, so while I continue to use this and make sure I used all of it up, I don't know if it did anything. All right, that's it. That's my garbage for the last 2 months. I hope you enjoyed hearing my quick reviews about all the products, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.